Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. ParisStarChannel here welcomes you with a new and possibly a very exciting episode, guys. I am definitely very excited, but hello, can you hear me? Because as you can see, the situation. What is the situation? Well, the situation is as follows. We are in Paris, and because of the fact that we are in Paris, there is some noise, because obviously there is some noise on the streets. And what kind of a street it is, and what are we actually doing in here? Guys, we are here for the reason. So allow me now to show you. I don't know if you will be able to see it, just right over there. We are at Rue de la Boétie. Rue de la Boétie, a very important and very almost like legendary place. And if you've been wondering, what am I doing in here? Makeup Forever. Guys, Makeup Forever and Makeup Forever. I mean, this is the place where the journey with Makeup Forever has actually started. So guys, I am super excited, and we actually in this episode are going to give a deep dive into the brand, into the products. We're going to play with the products, with the textures, with the finishes, practically with everything. There is so much to be tested that the episodes are going to be split into parts. But at least by the end of the series, we will be able to find the very important answers. Are these products created by professionals good for everyone? This is my mission, guys. So yes, allow me now to jump in, make some shopping, and then we're going to see ourselves in a studio for a very long and extensive test of all the portfolio from Makeup Forever. So yes, guys, if this is something that interests you, welcome. Please tune into my channel, to the party, where we celebrate diversity and beauty, because diversity makes us all different. With our differences, we are all gorgeous, unique, and beautiful. Guys, allow me now to jump in and make some shopping, and I'll see you back in the studio in just a second for a very long test. Let the episode begin. In the meantime, guys, greetings from Paris. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, jumping into the studio. Mwah. Okay, guys, we are back. We are back after shopping in Paris in the legendary Makeup Forever, and the shopping here. The mega haul. There's a lot of products right over here, ready to be featured, ready to be talked about. But before that, allow me now to use my platform to share with you my experience about my holidays, because you know I have been on holidays, a beautiful sunny Lanzarote, Canary Islands. I absolutely love Canary Islands, guys, and I have some experience. I mean, if you are looking for a super hot and sometimes windy island, the Lanzarote is for you. If you're looking for the island that is extremely interesting because it has like two climates, it's Tenerife. One part of the island is actually quite humid and quite chilly and very nice and pleasant, while the second half of the island is very, very warm with the beautiful black sandy beaches. And then another island, Gran Canaria. It's extremely great and wonderful island if you want to go on holidays and have some fun at the same time. And then my personal favorite island, Canary Islands, is Fuerteventura, when I want to go have a great time and especially rest when the sun is not so aggressive and there is a little bit of a breeze that comes from the ocean. This is my island, Fuerteventura. So when I came to Lanzarote, I was shook. I was shook by the super aggressive sun that practically burned my skin in an instant. And then, not that I wasn't paying attention, I was paying attention, but the sun decided to burn. Anyway, and then there was a lot of the wind, but a very aggressive wind, something that I haven't noticed in the other islands, which means that I was sitting on my sunbed with my drinks and everything on the table, and suddenly the gust of wind like shabang! And everything went flying. Everything went flying, and people were like, oh my god, let's go save ourselves! Ah! And there was no need. But the wind, in comparison with the other Canary Islands that I already knew, was definitely very aggressive. So for me, if I would like to summarize Lanzarote, super warm, hot, island with some with a days when there was some powerful wind. If you are a person that likes sun, if you like to be exposed to the sun and don't mind the burning sensation, then yes, the Lanzarote is absolutely for you. Okay, but guys, I digress. Let's go back to the subject. The subject of today's episode is all about MakeupForever and their incredible products that they are right over here. I think I will have to. I made so much shopping that I will have to have a split this kind of in a few episodes. Today we are touching a product and the subject of the face palette, a super famous product from MakeupForever. By the way, MakeupForever exists since a very long time. Just to let you know, guys, this is so old. It's just like, for me, it's just the nostalgia of my sympathy for MakeupForever. I kept this. This is a foundation in a stick. This is how it looked like back in the past. I have it because, you know, it's a nostalgia. MakeupForever exists for a very long time. It is almost a legendary makeup brand that provides products for pros, especially back in the past, but these days it's opening its kind of doors to everyone. Everyone who loves makeup is always more than welcome by MakeupForever. And then they have this kind of a hidden gem and a legendary boutique in Paris, Rue de Boitiers. So guys, right now let's have a look at that. Let's transform ourselves to the heart of Paris, and if you would be on the street, you would definitely not notice that there might be a legendary boutique of MakeupForever, because it is not on the street. It is actually hidden in the core of this wonderful and old legendary building. You go inside and then you find yourself in this, we call it in France, people in French, they call it cour, and you have this amazing boutique MakeupForever that is hidden right over here, guys. And if you would like to enter, then you'll be greeted by the goodness of the makeup products inside the boutique. As you can see, the boutique is quite large so to say, and there is a complete display of the products from MakeupForever. You can play with it, you can swatch it, you can touch it, but the most important thing is that you can consult yourself about the products with the experts that work over there, and they are super experienced. A big shout out to Anne. She's an amazing person. She's a passionate for makeup like I am, and she's so nice, and I love talking and consulting with her about the makeup. Of course, you have lots of wonderful products. The brushes, you can see and test the brushes, and I think that the tools from MakeupForever, they're very like one of its kind. And apart from the MakeupForever brand, you can find and get some products from the other brands that are that might be necessary for your makeup creation. Basically, the boutique right over here in the heart of Paris. It is amazing. It is absolutely wonderful and amazing experience. And if you'll ever be in Paris, of course, you can go to see Eiffel Tower by all means. But then if you're a makeup passionate, try to go to Rue de la Boîtier and see the legendary, the one and only boutique from the MakeupForever. So guys, in the end, as you've seen it, I end up with a massive haul. There's a lot. There's definitely a lot, and today's episode is going to be all about the face palettes. So let's unbox all of this shopping and feature these products. So guys, just a little bit of a reminder, my episode has been split into certain episodes. The first one is the introduction, and then the next one is going to be the product introduction, and then we're going to have some applications and some summary. So feel free to jump from one chapter to the other, but if you decide to stay for the whole duration of the episode, you'll make me very happy. Because I always have lots of things to say and lots of things to share with you. So yeah, if whatever I wanted to share with you interests you, if you would like to stay for the whole duration of the episode, that always makes me very happy. So guys, okay, the introduction is done, and right now let's jump into another chapter, which would be the product introduction. Alright guys, so in this part of the episode we are going to concentrate ourselves on the product and about the product introductions. So let's start with this product, and it is MakeupForever HD Skin All-in-One Face Palette. This is how the product looks like, and we are talking about the palette that is in a harmony, and the harmony basically is all about the shade range. One is lighter and the second one is darker. So my harmony is the harmony number 1. And then when you are actually going to open, take it out of the box, you can see a very nice palette, an absolutely very nice palette. And this palette is very characteristic because it's supposed to have the coverage product, the blushes and the bronzers all in one, and that's called the all-in-one face palette. And this is how it presents itself. So as you can see, we have some coverage products, we even have some skin correcting products, we have some bronzers, blushes and a highlighter. So practically this is how it looks like. It is a very interesting product. So I suppose the most important thing is to talk a little bit about this palette, because there has been probably a little bit of a confusion. This palette is one of the oldest palette actually, because back in the days it was called the HD Skin All-in-One Face Palette. Then they evolved with the whole idea, and then they decided to call it HD Skin Face Essentials Palette. And it was practically the same idea when you could see all the products, which is the coverage products, the blushes and the bronzers at once. But it was called the Skin Face Essential Palette. And then was the HD Skin Face Essential Palette with highlighters as well. So it looks like the concept has been evolving. And not so long time ago, there has been a new palette. And it was even more confusing because this was the HD Skin Sculpting Palette, which practically was all about the bronzers, using for warming up your complexion or bronzing and just like, and sculpting. So guys, the next palette that came out, and this is the latest one, is actually this one. And it is MakeupForever HD Skin Blush and Glow Palette. This is how the product looks like, and this edition is all about the blushes and all about the highlighters. So, does it mean that the brand is actually stepping off from the concept of having an all for all the palette for face? And now it's separating into bronzers, blushes, highlighters, and maybe complexion in the future? Hard to say. Mine is, I think that still, nonetheless, it is a very good concept of having a palette like this. And as you can see, the blushes are absolutely amazing. The coral, the pink, the peach, super intriguing, and then the highlighters in certain shades as well. It is amazing. So guys, this is how the palette looks like. So to summarize the situation, what are we having in here? Back in the past, we had an all-in-one face palette, and this is the one that I have. This is actually one of the oldest ones. And the most amazing thing was about these oldest ones was that, I don't know if you can see it right over here, that you could depot it, like take it and depot it and exchange it or rearrange it to your own thing. And these days, because this is the latest one, you can't do it. It's finished. This kind of an idea. Maybe you can depot it. I don't know. I will not be digging it. But like, it was a really very good idea, because if you had more of these palettes, you could rearrange it and construct your own palette to your own desire. These days you can't do it. So just to give you a comparison, these are all the shades that I have from the two palettes. And I think that is absolutely more than enough to construct and have a wonderful look. This is the all essentials. No, this is the palette that is called HD Skin All-in-One Face Palette. And this is the palette that has all the blushes and the highlighters. I think they're absolutely very, very unique. And then the difference as well, to summarize, is within the logo. Back in the past, the logo was here. And now all the newest, latest palettes, they have a logo right here in the corner. So you can see the difference, slight difference, nonetheless noticeable, so that you can have a look and exactly know about which palette am I talking about. So yes, that's all about the face palette that I would like to talk about, and we're going to put this to the test and see how we're going to look like while using these face palettes. Another product that I would like to talk about would be this one. And it is the MakeupForever HD Pressed Powder. This is how the product looks like, and I'm super excited and intrigued about this powder, because it's supposed to give me this kind of a super blur, and it's supposed to give me this kind of an incredible finish. There are different shades. Mine is in the shade 01, which is supposed to be a translucent. And what I like about the MakeupForever is the packaging. It is this kind of like aluminium tin kind of a packaging right over here that, for me, aesthetically, it is super beautiful. It is matte, which means it is not a super fingerprint magnet. There is a button right over here, and shabang, there is a powder right over here, so that you can have a look and see for yourself how and have this kind of like unboxing experience. Another product that I would like to talk about would be obviously the tools and the accessories, because you know, you can have a makeup from MakeupForever, but MakeupForever is about the brushes as well, and I think that they're absolutely very, very unique. So we have some of them to be tested right over here. And the first brush that I would like to talk about is this one. And it is the highlighter brush, small in the name, in the number 140. This is how the product looks like, guys. So this brush, this particular brush, I've seen it on live with one of the MakeupForever artists, and he recommended using this brush as a brush for blending the concealer. So I got it, and we're going to test it out, how it is going to perform while blending the concealer. As you can see, the bristles are absolutely very unique. They're a little bit flashy, super nice, super soft. The handle is incredible, made out of the wood. And there you have the number 140 of this brush. Another brush that I would like to talk about would be this one. And look at, like, they come, some of them, just to say, some of them, they come like this. They're being sold like this, but some of them, they're sold like this. Isn't that just so cute? It is already like a little teeny tiny makeup pouch, which means that eventually you can fit all of the brushes in such kind of a tiny makeup pouch. Isn't that just incredible? Which brand does that? I love it. So guys, we have the brush 160. This is how the product looks like. A little bit of an unboxing experience right here for you, so that you can have a look. Once again, an incredible pouch, a makeup pouch. And it is absolutely a high quality pouch. It's not like, you know, it's their quality is definitely right over here. And then we take out the brush, and oh my gosh, guys. I mean, this is a new brush, so it's still a little bit closed. The head is a little bit closed. 160, the number, and look at the bristles. They're not natural bristles, but they're insane. They're super soft. It's kind of flashy. I don't know what is happening right over here. The brush and the quality of this brush is incredible. I will try to use this brush with the powders. And then we're going to have a comparison, and just to give you a comparison with the brushes, for example, that I already have in my collection. So guys, this is the one from MakeupForever, and this is one, for example, from Makeup by Mario. The bristles are different in here. I don't know. I mean, it is a nice brush that still have some powder. But then this is a completely different story. It is amazing, the head and the softness and the bristles. Wow, I can't wait to test it out with the powders. Good. Let's go into another brush that I have in my collection that I used to test it out for this episode, and it is this one. It is the MakeupForever Buffer Blush Brush 154. This is how the product looks like, guys, and this is the brush that reminds me a little bit about the brush like the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Hollywood complexion that is usually used to blend all the blushes. And since we actually have a whole palette of the blushes and highlighters, I decided, why not? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a try and see. And once again, the bristles are incredible. I don't know. This is something I haven't seen before. I mean, they're so flashy and so soft. It's like as if you would put some sort of expensive conditioner on it and condition the bristles. It's incredible. So this is how the brush number 154 looks like. And guys, that is the brush. And just to give you a comparison, for example, with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion, it is quite similar. when it comes to the size of the head, but then when it comes to the size of the brush itself, this is slightly larger. Of course, the Charlotte Tilbury has a second ending, this one doesn't. Nonetheless, it is very nice. I'm super curious how it is going to look like and how it is going to perform. Good. Do we have we introduced all of the brushes? I think we do. I think we actually have introduced all of the products. So right now, let's jump into the product applications and see how all of these things from Makeup Forever are going to look like and perform. So guys, let's go and let's have a look. Alright guys, so in this part of the episode we are going to apply these cream products on my face and see the final result. But before that's going to happen guys, a little bit of a swatching time, and there's a lot of swatches, like 24. So when it comes to this, this face all-in-one palette, this is how you all-in-one palette, yes. This one and the shades that are right over here, as you can see, I had to dig in. The first thing is that the creamy formula, it is incredible. It melts under the pressure of my finger and it blends absolutely incredible. So when it comes to this all-in-one face palette, these are the shades. So as you can see, we're not going to talk about all the numbers or whatever, whatnot. It doesn't really make any difference. But what I am trying to say is that easily it can actually become all-in-one face palette. These are the color correcting and coverage shades right over here, the 6 ones. Different undertones. Then you have some bronzers right over here used for warming up your complexion, and then in the end you have some blushes, and then you have a highlighter as well. So when it comes to the swatches of this palette guys, this is how it looks like. For fair tone, you can definitely achieve a whole look, especially when you can see in here it melts with my skin, so I can definitely achieve something. And then when it comes to the latest palette, which is the this one guys, which is the Blush and Glow palette, this is how it looks like. And I mean, guys, a very big surprise when it comes to the blushes. Lots of different shades right over here. Some of them, they're a little bit glowy, like this one, like the mango one, and the coral one. And then you have the pinky pink, and then a very berry, should I say. A very impressive shade range. And then you have the highlighters. And as you can see, the highlighters, they're very nice, and they have shades as well. So I suppose if you would connect this coral blush with this coral highlighter, you might achieve some incredible results. Or you can combine whatever you want to have this kind of a unique shade. So 6 blushes right over here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disappeared. One of them of the highlighters right over here. So when it comes to this palette, this is how it looks like. So yeah guys, time to apply these products on my face and see the final result. Alright guys, so the introduction is done, the swatches are done, and finally let's play with makeup. Let's see what kind of a result we can get while using the products from Makeup Forever and their cream palettes. So, okay, I'm going to take this palette and I will try to achieve this goal and see the final result. So what I would like to do now first, I would like to try with a little bit of a concealer, and I'm going to use a new brush 140 to achieve that goal. So what I will try to do first, I will try to take this shade on the brush, and I will try to apply it in my under eye area, and then we're going to see the result. By the way, my skin is already prepped and primed. Guys, I am 45 years old. My skin is normal to dry, with extremely dry areas right over here. So any creamy products are more than welcome. Powder formulas, they dry my skin. They show fine lines and wrinkles, and makeup makes me look old. No one would like to have that kind of a makeup. So when I can have a good cream formulas, I'm absolutely more than happy. So let's see what can we achieve by applying the... Okay, Ola. Okay. We're starting already very nice. Guys, the brush. Wow, okay. The brush is very nice. It was a proposition from the makeup artist from MakeupForever, and it was said that this particular brush 140 is going to fit perfectly in the under eye area, and it really does. Wow. I haven't applied a lot of it, as you can see, but I can already see some difference. If I want, I can tap it, and then I can press the product right over here, and then if I want, I can actually swipe it and achieve an effect. Super natural. There's not massive coverage, but guys, if you are 45 years old, then you're actually reaching some sort of a limitations, and you cannot smack on the product like you did back in the past. Right now I can see a very good difference. The work with the brush itself is amazing, and the bristles are so nice and so soft. It feels almost like an eye massage in my under eye area, and the effect, this is how it looks like. Alright, so far so good. I'm going to leave it like that. I don't want to pack it. I don't want to crease it. Right now it looks super natural and concealed. Alright guys, as you can see, I am pretty excited. Good. The next would be the coverage. And I am going to probably mix these two shades with the coverage. If I will need some brightening, I'll probably add a little bit more. But it is a little bit, you see, a little bit like work of the painter when you choose the proper paint for the makeup. Let's see. Let's just see how it is going to look like. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And let's go. Okay, oh wow. No, I will have to do it in a different way. I'm going to use a different brush for every shade so that I won't mix the shades. I guess this is the side thing of the shades, that it is not always the thing when you will choose a perfect shade. To achieve a perfect shade, sometimes you will have to mix them. Good. I'm going to take a brush like this. Take the lightest shade, the one that I used for the concealer, because it looks yellow. And used it a little bit for the brightening. Yes. Maybe this is my shade after all. Maybe I went too dark. Yes, that might be actually the shade that I actually, because you see, it's in here. I used it for my under eye area, and I was a little bit scared because I thought that, oh my gosh, it might be a little too bright, but then not necessarily. Okay, we continue. You see, I'm a person that promotes this kind of like makeup, no makeup, guys, which means that it's a very subtle makeup that looks very natural, you know. I like to accentuate my inner beauty, not to cover my beauty, but in makeup you can express yourself however you want, and that is totally fine, you know, no judgment in here whatsoever. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Am I exaggerating? Or does it really, does it really start to look good? Hmm. I like it. Okay. Wow. It reminds me very much of the latest discovery in the form of the foundation from Dior in a stick, but you know, there you just have one foundation, while in here, for a little bit more, you have everything all in one. You have coverage, you have color correcting, you have blushes, bronzers, and highlighter. So you have like a little bit of everything. Very nice. Wow. Okay, guys. Allow me now to approach so that you can have your own look into the situation. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like when it's covered, and this is how it looks like when it's not covered. As you can see, the camera in 4K is going to tell you the truth. This is something that I was personally afraid of, that it's going to look super heavy and make-up-y, because we're talking about the creamy, waxy formulas, and it's not actually. It does. You can definitely tell that there is some sort of a correction in a form of a makeup right over here, but it looks nice. It absolutely looks nice. Good. Okay, guys. So right now, let's go and next step and apply a little bit of a bronzer. Alright guys, so I think that the coverage products have sat on my face for a little bit while, and now they're rested, so I think we are ready to continue with this makeup. Once again, allow me to approach to show you this is how it looks like. In the under eye area, it looks very nice, super subtle, but enough for my personal taste, and on my face everything is evened out. I'm quite impressed. When it comes to the how it looks like on my face, it's definitely giving me the vibe from the latest Dior foundation in the stick. Good, but right now let's add a little bit of a color to my face, a little bit of a shape, a little bit of a contour, a little bit of a blush. So we're starting with bronzers, and when it comes to my oldest palette from the series, MakeupForever All-in-One Face Palette, we have 3 bronzers right over here, so I will try to mix to see what kind of a result I can get. And for this try on, I am going to try with the lightest one, and let's see how the lightest one, what kind of an effect I can have from the lightest one. No, don't like that. Don't like. Don't like. It's too yellow. It's too yellow. Definitely not my vibe. So what I'm trying to do, I will try to wipe this right over here and go with a little bit of a more bronzy shade. And hope for the best. Oh, oh, oh. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. This is definitely not the result that I am looking for. Oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I done? Good. Oh wow. Okay. We will have to we'll have to fix this. But this is, you see, this is the first impression and the review at the same time, so, you know, you just don't know what will happen. This is what is happening, but basically we're testing the formula much more than the makeup skills, should I say. But, you know, accidents happen. Allow me to fix it, and I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, yes, I guess we got it saved, but for me the bronzers are definitely too warm on too warm side. I like a little bit like, you know, the perfection when it comes, when the warmth mixes with the cool tone. And this is how you get, for example, from Fenty Beauty, the amber shade, or the one from actually the Dior right now that it came out. This is super warm. It's because with my undertone, the warmth that it's speaking through, it doesn't look very flattering, but hey, the look is saved, and this is as much as I desire, and I'm not going to push this any further. So you can have a look. This is without the bronzer, and this is with the bronzer. So when it comes to this particular palette, for me, bronzers is a pass. Because this shade is definitely not the one that I desire and that I'm gravitating towards to. But yes, okay, it's a test, and right now allow me to apply it on the other half, and then we're gonna continue with the blushes and the highlighters. Alright guys, so my face is beautifully bronzed, but it's very warm. So I said, like, not my type of a vibe, you know, when it comes to the bronzers from this palette. But this is the effect that I can have. And yeah, it looks quite nice, as you can see. If I can approach, this is how it looks like. It looks very natural. My natural glowiness from my skin is speaking through as well. Wow, I like it. Good. So let's jump now to the second palette that is the latest launch from MakeupForever, and it's the blushes and the highlighters. And once again, I mean, they're really pretty and they're very unique. This Barbie pink, very Barbie, very pink. This kind of coral, very subtle. This kind of like peachiness, the mango. Wow, and then these, like the plum, cherry, and the raspberry, very unique shades. But I am a very big fan of a subtle makeup. So for me, the one that I'm gravitating towards to would be this coral. And this coral is called... What are you called? I think it is the number 300. And I am going to take the latest brush, the newest, the brush that I have bought from MakeupForever, and it is the brush 154. And yeah, let's just dig in and see what kind of result we can have. While using this brush, do we have some pigment? Is it going to hurt us? Because, you know, you just never know. Especially when you're doing this kind of like review, first impression, you just never know. Okay. Good. The pigmentation is the one that I like. And the brush is doing its job. Oh, wow. Okay. Because, obviously, sometimes you have these blushes and just like, kapow! And there's, oh my god, I need to save this makeup. I need to do something about this makeup. Like, fix it, help, help. The pigmentation is right, like, is the one that I like. It looks nice. It looks natural. The brush is applying the blush the way how I like. Wow. Okay, these cream formulas, they're actually very nice because they all blend with themselves together very nicely. Nothing is lifting anything, and it's smoothing. It gives me pigment, and it looks super natural. And once again, the shade range right over here is amazing. Wow. All right. I like it. Do I need more? I'm always a very big fan of a makeup, no makeup, so I suppose I'm going to leave it like this. So allow me now to save some time, apply this on the other side of my face, and then we're gonna go to the highlight. Alright guys, another step that I would like to do would be to apply a little bit of a highlighter, and my oh my, do we have a choice? We have a massive choice because these highlighters, they have shades. They have different shades. And since I applied this coral, maybe I'm gonna go with like these highlighters and see what is going to happen. And for that, I am actually going to use a little bit of a finger formula, a little bit of a finger to warm up the formula. This is how it looks like, and apply it. Oh. Okay, wow. So, the brushes definitely diffuses the pigment, and then the fingers, oh wow, intensifies. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go back with a brush because I don't want it to be that intensified. Like, I don't actually, now I see that I don't really need to apply a blush itself and top it with the highlighter, because highlighter itself, it's so pigmented. Okay, it's a little bit tricky. What I'm trying to say is that I wiped out all the highlight that I had. I definitely intensified the blush itself, but when it comes to the highlights, it's a little bit wiped off. Okay, so what will try to do, I will try to take this one that doesn't have much of a pigment, just like so, and apply it to give myself some highlight. Good. All right, but when it comes to the highlighting power of these highlights, I can definitely see it's super subtle. Okay, these highlighters, the cream highlighters, they're not like the one like Nectar from Westman Atelier. They definitely super subtle, and all the finish of the makeup tends to go to the very natural matte. Good. Okay. Allow me now to apply the highlighter on the other side, and we're gonna continue with this makeup presentation. Alright guys, so the makeup is almost done. Allow me now to approach so that you can see it, because just right after this we're going to use a little bit of a powder, so it is going to change the finish. I wonder, we shall see, we shall find out. So this is how the makeup looks like while using the palettes from MakeupForever when it comes to all-in-one palette and when it comes to the latest launch in the form of the blushes and the highlighters. This is the effect that you can have and that my camera in 4K can show you in its full glory, and oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, it looks amazing, it looks natural as much as it is possible from that type of a formula. It is smoothing, it is perfecting, it is covering, and then when it comes to the products in my under eye area, oh my gosh guys, nothing has been fixed right over here, nothing has been set right over here. I don't think that I actually need to set. This is how it looks like in my under eye area. I absolutely love it. Good. So the final cherry on the cake. What are we going to do? We're going to use the powder from MakeupForever, and it is right over here in the shade Translucent, and this is the first time when I'm actually going to feel the product. Whoa, whoa, what is this? Oh my gosh. The smoothness. I need to give it a oh my gosh. This is the Pat McGrath Labs. The skin fetish, the smoothness. I always thought that the Pat McGrath is the smoothest one, but this is like a different level of smoothness. Oh wow. I'm so shook. I'm so impressed. Alright then. Let's give it a try, let's give it a go. So what I am going to do, I'm going to take the brush that is 160 and just lightly I'm going to apply the powder on one side of my face so that we can see the result. The brush is picking up the powder incredibly well. And final look, do we have any difference? Let's go and let's find out. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. What basically is happening right now is, first of all, the brush. The brush is amazing because it fits in all these kind of places that usually a super fluffy brush might not always fit. Like this one, for example. Sorry, it's dirty. It's just, you know, an example. Right? This one, the shape of the brush is absolutely amazing, which means if we want to fit it, it will fit. The powder itself, it's very nice. It's doing its job. It's blurring. And it's practically, has a smell of a novelty. Oh wow. Okay. I will try to save the cheeks because the cheeks are very dry. My cheeks, this area I have a very dry, so I don't want to add an extra dryness. So this is what I'm going to leave at. And guys, allow me now to approach. As you can see, there's definitely some sort of a glowiness that happens over here. You can keep it if you want because the foundation itself, I see that it's not 100% set, but still it's okay. It's fine. It doesn't sit on my face. It blends with my skin, and this is something that I like. And then if you want, you can add a cherry on top and perfect everything with such kind of a powder. There is no white cast right over here, despite the fact that the powder is actually white. And this is how it looks like. Good. I love it. Okay, guys, so what's going to happen right now? Allow me now to do some final fixes and final touches, and I'll be back with the finished look. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. ParisStarChannel here welcomes you with a first check-in and a finished look created from the products MakeupForever. Absolutely incredible in the form of the palettes, the cream palettes, the face all-in-one face palette, and then the latest launch in the form of the blushes and the highlighters, and then a little bit of a powder from MakeupForever and a little bit of the tools from MakeupForever. The brushes, everything combined all together gives me this kind of like wonderful look. So allow me now to approach so that my camera in 4K can show you what kind of a result you can get while using these products. I mean, guys, the definition of makeup, no makeup, is absolutely maintained. In my opinion, it is a wonderful, gorgeous, buildable coverage that gives you control, that gives you smooth, that gives you blur, and the powder? Wow. I mean, guys, and then when it comes to the concealer itself, actually I put some powder right over here but the teeny tiny bit, I think you can see the difference that this side is a little bit more glowy, while this side is a little bit more matte, but not dry, flat matte. So this is how it looks like, the side that has been powdered and the side that has not been powdered. Wow. I absolutely love it, guys. This is how it looks like. And of course, this is how it looks like in the natural light. Although we have autumn outside my window, just to have in mind, so we don't have as much natural light as we could have, because it's that part of the year, but at least you can have your own look into the situation and your own judgment. If this is something that you're looking for, full honesty from my side and full transparency, because you know the studio lights show things differently, and then in natural light they expose everything, the texture, the everything. So this is my own personal approach to my channel and to the truth and to the honesty, so that you can have your own look into the situation and your own judgment. Alright guys, so I suppose that's it, what I have prepared for now, and right now let's jump into the last part of this episode, which would be the long wear and the longevity test. Let's meet by the end of the day and see what kind of differences or changes we can observe and how this makeup is going to look like by the end of the day. I invite you, let's go and let's have a look. Hello gorgeous beautiful stars! ParisStar Channel here welcomes you with this final check-in and my final thoughts by the end of the day. And when I say the end of the day, allow me, it is, I don't know if you can see it, it is almost 10 p.m. It is almost 10 p.m. which is practically the end of the day, I suppose. 1 more hour less or more, it won't change the fact and especially my opinion about the products that I've been testing. So what kind of a products? We are giving a deep dive into the MakeupForever brand and their face palettes, the cream face palettes that has been on the market for years. And I had a big pleasure to test them out and give my own personal experience while working with them and how do they look like on my mature skin. So guys, allow me now to approach so that you can have your own look into the situation and your own judgment before I am going to actually influence you with my influencer. So guys, this is how the makeup is going to look like by the end of the day. I wonder, what do you think about this? And then when it comes to the products in the under eye area, this is how it looks like. Nothing has been fixed. This is how it looks like the whole day. Nothing has been touched. Wow. I mean, guys, wow. So let's start from the beginning. First, the cream face palettes, the most famous face palettes from the MakeupForever ParisStar channel gives a green light. I guess we will not discuss about the shade range because that's individual, and especially when it comes to the bronzers, they were super warm, not my type of the vibe. And then the highlighters, they were not super punchy and the ones that I would expected them to be, but then when it comes to the formula itself, it's amazing. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely amazing. It becomes light, it is buildable. The most important thing is, and this is something that I love, is the control. There is a controllable pigment and makeup that you can squeeze out from these palettes. I absolutely love it. On top of that, this is something that is amazing as well. From my personal experience, I'm getting an impression the more they're staying on your skin, the better they become. They become one with the skin, and then the better they look like. It is absolutely incredible because, you know, makeup usually it has its kind of sweet spot and there's the decline. And then when the time passes by, it doesn't look as good as it looked like when you applied it. And here it's absolutely reversed, in my opinion. I'm getting an impression that the more time I spend with this makeup, the better it becomes the one with my skin. And then when it comes to the dryness, guys, there is no dryness right over here. Everything is just the sweet spot. It is at the most beautiful, perfecting, matte, blurring, smoothing formula that is controllable and the pigment is buildable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I will be playing more with this, but as my opinion as of today and as of making this episode by now, ParisStar Channel gives a green light. Great cream products to play with great control, and it's just like you can take it anywhere and have some fun with it. And the result is right over here. The camera in the 4K is going to tell you the truth. Good. When it comes to the powder, ParisStar Channel gives a green light. I think it is a beautiful, finishing powder. I think when it comes to the setting powder, its power, it's minimalistic. So in my opinion, we have two types of the powder. We have a setting powder that sets your makeup, locks your makeup and prevents from going anywhere. And then we have a finishing powder that gives a fix, gives an effect. And the effect that we're getting from this, in my opinion, fixing powder is this kind of a perfection and blur without giving the white cast, because the powder is actually white. It is super blurring, super smoothing, super mild. I love it. And the most important thing is it is non-drying when applied lightly to my dry skin, and the effect that it gives during the whole day of wear, it is amazing. And just to give you a quick look in my under eye area, this area has been set with the powder lightly. This has not been set. This is the effect. I think this holds better when it has been lightly set. This still looks very nice. Very, very nice. So another wonderful product. And then the last three products that I would like to talk about would be the brushes. ParisStarChannel gives a green light. Oh my gosh, it is such a good test of MakeupForever. I was not expecting it, but it is truly an amazing test and amazing results. The brush, 160. ParisStarChannel gives a green light. Wonderful shape and wonderful application of the products. Right over here, you can push it, you can press it, you can work it, and then the precision, you can do lots of things with it, and the bristles are amazing. Forget about the brushes from the different brands, because MakeupForever got you covered. And then when it comes to the brush that is the 140, amazing shape, once again, ideal for the concealer right over here, to push and to press the concealer and then eventually to blend it outwards, to apply some products, to apply some cream product gently. Amazing brush, and the bristles once more time, amazing. And then another brush that is 154, amazing for applying cream product. It is a little bit stiff, so have that in mind. A very gentle, stiff kabuki type, should I say. But the work with this and the quality of the bristles, they're really that flashy. I'm not even kidding. And the handle and everything. These brushes are absolutely amazing. ParisStarChannel gives a green light to the tools, to the accessories, to the blushes from MakeupForever. Oh my gosh, guys. So that would be all. An amazing test, a super exciting test of the products that for me personally, they just work. And I'll be continuing exploring them and playing with them and giving you updates in the near future. So that would be all what I have prepared for you for today. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much for tuning into my channel and celebrating diversity and beauty, because diversity makes us all different, and our differences, we are all gorgeous, unique and beautiful. Thank you so very much for your continuous support on my channel, of your comments, likes and subscriptions. Time to say goodbye, but see you soon in my next episode. But as for now, guys, mwah, kisses and cuddles. Bye bye now.